The colors are about gone. Summer has already surpassed everything. We're walking ourselves into fall, and still got some work yet to do. Now, our past winter, we're just killed on losing a lot of nursery. We've lost a lot. So, in the whole process of this thing, we're revamping things a little bit at a time. And in order to be able to do this, we're going to nurseries here late in fall, getting their liquidations, and hopefully finding some things that we would like to plant here at the B&B. Now, to try to go ahead and recover everything that has been lost on one summer could be very expensive. So this is what we do now, and it's going to take us probably a little bit to be able to recover from this winter kill. But we're going to just slowly go into these greenhouses towards the end of this year now, see what they've got, things that we might like to have to plant in our yard. And you can get yourself 20, 30, 40% off depending on the time of year for some of this nursery. And this is what we have done. So we picked up some arborvitaes. We're revamping the front entrance of our B&B. And my wife picked up a few other things that she's been putting into other beds. But this is the one thing I want to show you about the planting of the nursery that comes from these greenhouses in late fall and what you can do. So my wife went ahead and she purchased some arborvitaes, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get these into the ground when they've been sitting in the greenhouse all summer long. Now they're going to be root bound. Now look at this mess. Now what we got to do is we got to prevent this from happening when it's in the ground. So we have to go ahead and we got to loosen up some of these roots. And you just got to go ahead, be patient with them, loosen them up a little bit. We want them to start going into a different direction. And this is going to help this shrub out so much. Look at this in here. I mean, my gosh, it is so knotted up that if I would go ahead and put this into the ground the way it is right now, it wouldn't even have a chance to survive over the winter because it's got its course already made. It's going to just keep on going around and around and around. And we want this stuff to go into the ground, move around, get to the outside a little bit, and then once we got that kind of loosened up a little bit, just go ahead. We're going to slip it down into the ground, push it down a little bit, and then I'm going to take the soil here. Here's a really good idea. I went ahead and I dug the hole out previously before I want to demonstrate on the shrub itself. But to save yourself a lot of mess, get yourself an old sheet, dig the hole, throw all the soil on the sheet, especially if you got yourself some nice graveled area. I even use it out here on the lawn, just because, you know what, sometimes you lose a lot of the black dirt in the lawn and then you come up short. So get yourself an old sheet, and then you can go ahead and just put this stuff down in here like this. Press it down. Get a little bit more up around here, and then I'm gonna get my feet. Now there's some nice worms in here, so very good sign of the soil being ideal for this shrub. Now, getting really close here. I'm gonna just take my feet, press around it, press it down, get all the air pockets out as well as possible. Do a little dance around the shrub, a little 2-step, 3-step, give it a good push, and then we're going to and then you can go ahead and you can kind of pick the whole sheet up and just kind of fold it over into the rest of the shrub, and look at that. mean, you would have never known that you were here. I mean, it's just ideal. And then I just take the rest of the soil. Now remember, it's going to settle. So if it's up a little high, no biggie. You know, because you're going to have to go ahead and water these guys in. And I'm going to kind of show you here how much this stuff absorbs. I got a little bucket of water here. I'm just going to go ahead and water this thing in. And look at it, just guzzle, 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 guzzle. And this is so good because now all those roots that we loosened up with this moisture in here, oh my goodness. In fall, October, November, cool, perfect time to go ahead and get some of your lost nursery that you may have lost over the winter. A good time to get it into the ground because they got some cool temperatures to be able to survive. Now we went ahead and I did a few more of them. I just want to walk up this little area along the entrance of our B&B, but we put, see, arborvitae, we've lost a lot of lavender in here. I think between the total of lavender plants, it was about 48 lavender plants we lost during this winter kill. So we're slowly putting things back together. So we decided to put some arborvitae out. Here's some height. And then we got a perennial in here. Here's another lavender that just didn't make it. Arborvitae. This one here looks like it may have made it. A perennial arborvitae. Perennial lavender. Another arborvitae. And then there's another lavender that didn't make it. So we're kind of pulling out the lavender, replacing it with some perennials, replacing it with some arborvitae. Now these arborvitae aren't going to get too tall. And that's one thing you got to learn to remember is when you get yourself these arborvitae, check to see if they're the right height that you want in your yard. Now these here are going to get probably about 10 to 15 feet tall. To me that's perfect. I prune and I shape up the arborvitae. I shape up a lot of stuff around here and keep it under control. If I can let it go to about 10 feet, I'd probably let it go to about 10 feet. But there's nothing better than having a nice looking arborvitae all pruned up. So I decided to go ahead and just kind of run this video for you, show you what you can probably still do in October and November. You know, just don't go in the greenhouses and buy everything that's underneath the sun there, because some of that stuff may not fit right into your perennial gardens, and you may not have the right flower bed for you to put the stuff in. So just take it slow. That's what we're doing, and next year we'll probably still be adding a few other things. So Jeff from Northeast Iowa, the upper Midwest. If you enjoyed the content, give me a thumbs up. We're getting a little color, but not a whole heck of a lot. All right, have yourself a good day.